In Bhagavatam, 9 kinds of devotion are mentioned, as you all know. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Sparanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atmanivedanam. Not that it comes in a sequence like this, but if you think of it as something in a sequence, then you will see Shravanam. God enters us through the ears. We listen to the glory of God, the stories of God from somebody, a devotee. And then God enters through the ear. Then we meditate, contemplate on those stories, and we become curious. We repeat those stories to others. Kirtanam. We learn, we read, we talk about it. So Kirtana happens. Vishnu Smaranam. And all the time, Sarvada Sarvakaleshu, Sarvatra, Vishnu Smaranam happens. In all the time, every place, in every situation, good, bad, favorable, unfavorable, we keep remembering the Lord. As you all suddenly, then he happens, we say Sai Ram. So that Vishnu Smaranam is going on within. Because we have been contemplating continuously on that divine form or name. So naturally it is easy for us to remember, like a child remembers the mother in any situation. Then Archanam, then we get a photo, go to the Premamrita Prakashana. I've heard about it, I've read about it. I'm also remembering, but I don't have a photo, I need one. So we bring one photo and then you start doing some Archana. Archana means some kind of pujas, so start offering some prayers, flowers, water, patram, pushpam, palam, toyam, anything, mostly toyam only all the time. Toyam means, I want this, I want that, please do this for me, please do that for me. Anyways, so you start with Archanam. And Vandanam, once you put the photo and have offered something, next is start demanding Vandanam. Start praying, please bless me with better marks, please bless me with health, please bless me with wealth, with position, with promotion. Goes on. Pada Sevanam. Then you come once in a while to do Seva. Seva does not mean going and doing my Pada Sevana. I have only 2 feet. And so many cannot do Pada Sevana. What it means is that Sarvatra Pani Padam Tat Sarvatokshi Shiromikam, we read in Bhagavad Gita. His feet are everywhere. Likewise, all these parents who came just now from various campuses, they are parents of our children. When we started this program of doing Seva in our hospital and other places, now see, they're all coming. I'm so happy to see all of them, that they are doing Seva, and this will transform them as parents also. So Pada Sevanam, you are serving the feet of the Lord because his feet are everywhere with that idea. Pada Sevanam, you become a Seva Dala volunteer because you want to do some Seva in some form. And then Dasyam, from once in a while Seva, like a lady was telling, Swami, it is so nice here, please make me a permanent servant of yours. I want to shift to ashram, give me a job, I will do here happily. So from Pada Sevanam, which is once in a while, you become Dasyam. All the time I want to do your Seva, I want to serve you in all the places, in all ways, at all times. That is the progression of devotion. So, Sevaram, like a lot of people have shifted here, a lot of children's parents have already become staff or volunteers and permanently they are working over here. So that is Sevanam. Dasyam, after Pada Sevanam. Then Sakhyam, once you are continuously serving the Lord in all places, in all forms and names, you become pure. You become pure. How pure you become? You become like the Lord. Like Bharata started looking like Sri Rama, both internally and externally also he became like Lord Rama by continuously serving Lord Rama. How did he serve Lord Rama? By serving the kingdom of Lord Rama in his name. By serving his padukas and never claiming his rights over the throne. That is his way of serving the people of Ayodhya in the absence of Sri Rama. And so by constantly serving Lord Rama, by being a servant, he became like Lord Rama. So what happens? You become Sakhyam, you become a friend of the Lord. So all the time Bhagavan calls us. Where are you? I have some work for you. Where are you? I want to talk to you. Where are you? I want to go out with you. Where are you? I want to be with you. Bhagavan comes searching for us in Sakhyam. Till Dasyam, you are serving the Lord. But Sakhyam, even if you are not necessarily serving the Lord, he is always so fond of you because you are always ready to serve in any place, anytime, anywhere. So he is very comfortable with you now, Bhagavan. He says, if I call him, he is not going to start his Archanam Vandanam over here. He is not going to give me a long list of do's to do this. Bhagavan, I need this, I need that, my family needs this, they need that. All that is over. You have gone past that stage of devotion, arti, artharti. Even jignasu is over, heading towards jnani. So you become equal to Lord in all the ways. It means your feelings, your inside changes. You also become as compassionate, loving, kind, and service-minded as Bhagavan is. By continuously serving people, your heart purifies. And in that purified heart, you feel the presence of the Lord. You feel the kinship, friendship, the bonding. And slowly you develop that special love for the Lord. It's not the love of a devotee and Bhagavan. It's not the love of a servant and the master. It is the love of a friend with a friend. So that is Sakhyam. And that is a beautiful way of serving also and devotion also. And then comes Atmanivedanam. There is nothing like you and the Lord. You become one with the Lord because you are continuously meditating on the Lord, contemplating on the Lord, and you feel that presence of the Lord within. And then you become one with the Lord. So Atmanivedanam is the final stage where there are no two. Only till the previous stage there are two. In Atmanivedanam you become one with Bhagavan. You surrender your everything to Bhagavan. Like river merges in the ocean and becomes the ocean, you become the ocean. You become Bhagavan. There are no two left over there. So this is the beauty of devotion. And I think of it as a progression. Many people here, oh, there is some Sathya Sai Gurukulam is there. I heard Lokaseva Gurukulam. I heard there is free education. I heard they look after everybody very well. I heard there is a hospital. So Shravanam. Who is running that? There is some Guruji is there, he's running there, some Swamiji is there. Shravanam starts. Then you start finding out more on the internet and through the friends and get books and stuff like that. Then you realize, yes, that's true. And then you talk about it. You know what? There is a hospital, there is a school, there is a college like this. Kirtanam happens. Vishnu Smaranam. Slowly by continuously thinking, you're all the time thinking about this place, the people and Swami. And from there, Archanam, you visit Muddanhalli, out of curiosity in the first place, but then you go and buy a picture and take it with you. And then you place it and start doing all kinds of worships. But the first reason you for worship is that, oh, he will protect us, because all the stories tell that he protects everybody, guides everybody, blesses everybody. So he will do for us also. So you start off on the Artharti pathway. But as you keep doing that, you start doing seva. You come once in a while as volunteers, seva dal, as parents. So Pada Sevanam starts happening. Then you realize, no, this is much more than just asking things in return. It is about giving to the Lord. When I go to Bhagavan, I carry offerings, Naivedyam with me. Prasadam will come eventually, but first is the Naivedyam. So what can I do for you, Swami? Please serve in the hospital, serve in the school, serve in the villages. I tell them, that's how Pada Sevanam starts. Then after going back also, they start serving in their own hometowns, in their own places. They start a small bhajan mandali. They start a small seva activity, a group center. Then they start going to nearby orphanages, temples, old age homes. Slowly. So become dasyam. You consider yourself as, and one day, who knows, you're a part of the institution and you become a permanent volunteer or a seva person over here. Dasyam happens. Then as you live long and long and long, you develop a kinship with the Lord. You start feeling this Lord is closer to me than my own father, mother. By all relationships are nothing in front of this relationship. You feel that kinship. Especially youngsters, Once you come to the teenage, you want a friend. And your friend becomes more important than your father, mother, and brother, and sister, and cousin. That's a natural feeling. Why? Because there are so many things you cannot share with your parents. But you can share with your friends. Because friends won't judge you. Friends won't call you names. Friends won't label you. Friends won't, look down upon you if you do something wrong. Friendship is something that you can share your secrets with. You can be yourself with. You don't have to pretend to be somebody else. That's why you love friendship more than parents and other people, because now you are grown, you have a personality, and you have secrets to share, but you cannot share with everybody. That's why Sakyam becomes so important. So you develop that Sakyam with Bhagavan over a period of time. And then comes Atmanivedanam. By continuously being with Bhagavan, you become one with him. I always tell, when you come over here, it is Salokyam. You come to this place, Loka, same Loka as Bhagavan. Then you slowly get to know more and more about Bhagavan. Then you want to become closer to Bhagavan, Samipyam. You want to get closer to do seva. Where you want to do seva? Only near the stage, not far away. Why? Because you get to see, get to say something. What do I want to do? I want to do altar seva. Next seva is what? I want to do video audio seva. What is the next seva? No, first these two seva. Because that you get closer, Samipyam. That is a natural tendency. This Sakyam is the call of the heart. Then You slowly become one with the Lord because you are continuously meditating sarupyam. Sarupyam does not mean only necessarily external alikeness. It is about internal similarity. You feel love, compassion, kindness, and finally sayujyam. One day it comes that you don't feel the difference between yourself and Bhagavan. You become one with Bhagavan. That is sayujyam. That is the end of the journey. So what starts with Shravanam, when you read about the prospectus of the institution, ends up with Atmanivedanam. You become one with Bhagavan. That is the journey of our education. That is the journey of our devotion. Anything less than that, it means halfway through the train is still moving, but you got down at the wrong station. Halfway you got down. You never reached your station. Yes, you enjoyed some part of the journey, but you didn't finish your journey if you did not reach Atmanivedanam. So Sakhyam is one step below Atmanivedanam only, but the final step is Atmanivedanam. However, of all kinds of devotion, Sakhyam is very beautiful devotion. Sakya Bhakti, which was the often quoted example is Arjuna and Krishna, and in Bhagavad Gita, how much we have read about that devotion. Bhagavan keeps saying, you are dear to me, you are very dear to me, ativa me priya you are. You are sakha, you are my piteva putrasya sakeva sakyuhu. Priya priyaya, you are beloved to me, you are very beloved of mine. You are my friend, you are my son, like my own. So this feeling of being one with the Lord, belong to the Lord, is a beautiful feeling. Oh, that is the difference between, I always say, the Gopikas and the Yadavas. Yadavas always thought Krishna belonged to them. They had right over Krishna. They could claim their authority over Krishna. He is our father, grandfather, he is our uncle, whatever. And they demanded everybody to notice that Krishna belongs to them. Whereas Gopikas or Gopis of Brija we belong to Krishna. We belong to Bhagavan. Bhagavan belongs to everybody, but we also belong to Bhagavan. So they had this understanding that we belong to the Lord. And this is a beautiful feeling when you feel you belong to Bhagavan. Bhagavan belongs to me. That is a demand in a way. But I belong to Bhagavan is a surrender. That is what everybody needs to achieve. So it starts when you are a young boy or a girl in the school. Naturally, it is more or less around that Vandanam Archanam story. After that, slowly as you move forward in your life, you must go to the Padasevanam and Dasyam. And by the time you reach university and PG, you should be Sakhyam. And by the time you graduate, there will be Atmanivedanam. That is why I call Bhogajivi to Tyagajivi to Yogajivi you should become by the time you finish your education. Similarly for devotees also, when they come, it may start with Archanam, Vandanam and all that. But it should end in Atmanivedanam. You should feel oneness. Oneness does not mean that you lose whatever your name, place and you don't remember your address anymore. Not that. In your mind, in your heart, you feel like the Bhagavan, like how Bhagavan feels. You feel compassion for all, love for all, kindness for all. That is the beauty of devotion. But for spiritual people, the true friendship is only with Bhagavan. He is our ultimate friend. All other friends are of fair weather. When things are good, like water in the well, frogs are around. When water gets over, frogs abandon the well. Likewise, the worldly friendships are generally transactional. How much ever people say, so many people write to me, Bhagavan, please get me, I want to talk. See, my small kids write, my friend is not talking to me, please make him talk to me or make her talk to me. And I laugh in my heart. For them at that point in time, that companionship is important. So all these relationships I have seen, you have seen, and some of you are young who may feel very elevated and excited about such relations. Ultimately, you realize as you mature and grow in life, there is only one relation that stays with us. It has come from the previous lives, it is with us, and it will continue to be with us. When I said, till we become one with the Lord, the next best relation you can have is Sakhyam, because the next is Atmanivedanam. Atmanivedanam means moksha. You are one with it. Just before that is Sakhyam. This Sakha of yours, Prana Sakha, Atma Sakha, he is coming with you from previous lives to now and the next. So once a Gopika comes late to meet Sri Krishna, he is a little boy, and the only time Gopikas would get is after they finish their household chores in the night, put their family to bed, finish all the cleaning and winding up, then they will come to meet Krishna by the riverside. And one Gopika came late, and Sri Krishna was apparently upset. He said, why did you come late to meet me? And she said, I had so much work, I had this much to do, my husband wanted this, my mother-in-law wanted that. I finished, and after that I have come to see you. Then Krishna said, then go back to your husband whom you are serving, don't come near me. Then the Gopika said, which husband should I go back to? In this life, this fellow is my husband. In previous life, somebody was my husband. Next life, somebody else will be my husband. I do not know which husband you are wanting me to go back to. I only know one who is always with me, whichever lifetime it is, previous, now or later, that is you. So I can only go back to you. Where do I go back to? Which relationship is permanent? Kastvam koyam kutamayataha kame janani kome tataha. Who is mother, who is father, who are all these relations? In this birth, all that is true. But what is the guarantee it was in the previous lives, and what is the guarantee it will be there next time? Iti paribhava sarvam asaram. Therefore, there is no essence in all this. Why? Because today you are a father, tomorrow you will be somebody's son, day after you will be somebody's husband, day after you will be somebody's father-in-law. Roles keep changing in this drama of life. We never know who we are at the end. The only relation that remains with us is with Bhagavan. Because He is us. He is within us, without us. He is the very core of our being. That cannot change. Your externals can change. A drama actor can change the costume, makeup and behave differently for different roles. But has the person changed? No. The person within the costume is the same person. Has put on costumes. Like that we put on these costumes birth after birth. And with every costume comes our co-actors. With every drama comes our co-actors, director, producer and the audience. So we behave accordingly to the time, place and situations. But at the end, we are that one who never changes across all the dramas. Likewise, in every lifetime, everything else changes around us. One relationship that never changes is that of Bhagavan. And if you develop that kinship with that divinity within, it may be in a form and a name now, that is just to begin with, as I quote often. Sri Krishna himself said in Bhagavad Gita, very difficult, because we have this body consciousness. So it's very difficult to imagine divinity as a formless, nameless, attributeless being which is us. It's very difficult. So we need some form to have some kinship. But at the end, we have to remember this is just the stepping stone. Sakhyam is a stepping stone to Atmanivedanam. Sakhyam is not the end. But Sakhyam is closest to Atmanivedanam. It's like river at the mouth of the sea. It's about to enter the sea. That is Sakhyam. But beyond that, it is only the sea. There is no river. So that is the ultimate goal of life. So while we enjoy all these relationships, including relationship with Bhagavan, at the end, we must remember deep down in our hearts, no names and forms are permanent. No God who has come to this earth has remained forever in the same form and name. His energy, His love, His compassion has remained. His legacy and kindness for His devotees has remained. But forms and names have never remained. No point in attaching ourselves too much with it. Therefore, all the time I keep talking about these Advaitic thoughts. While I encourage Bhakti, Bhakti is the way to Advaita. Without Bhakti, you can't reach Advaita also. So through Bhakti you go, but ultimately you have to give up the boat once you reach the shore. You can't be sitting in the boat for all the time. So what if the boat was the reason why you crossed the river? But you have crossed the river, now you have to give up the boat. And Dvaita is like the boat that takes you across this river. At the end, it is Advaita Darshanam. That is Atmanivedanam, which is the ultimate truth. Beyond that, there is nothing else. Sakashtha, Saparangatihi. That is the highest, ultimate, and beyond that, nothing exists. So that is the truth that we have to find. But the way to that truth passes through so many junctions, so many stations. Archanam, Vandanam, starting with Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam. Sakhyam is the final, pre-final station. Atmanivedanam is the final station. So if you can think of your devotional journey as a journey of 9 stations, so don't get tempted by the allurements of these other paths or other steps of devotion. They are nice, but that's not the end of it. Ultimately, it should lead you to Atmanivedanam. Simply talking about the Lord, thinking about the Lord, and speaking about the Lord is not the end of the journey. Or simply praying to the Lord and asking things from the Lord is not journey's end. Simply serving once in a while and rest of the time doing as you want to do, this part-time devotion is not the end. Simply serving all the time without feeling the oneness with everything is also not the end of the journey. End of the journey is when you become one with the divine. Physically you may be different, internally you are the same. That is the path. Our idea of Sakha or Sakhyam or friendship is at spiritual level. Worldly idea of friendship is a very, very lower level. Like Duryodhana and Karna's friendship. This is all give and take. It's a business transaction. Why? Duryodhana wanted to teach a lesson to Arjuna. He knew that Karna is better. So he wanted to promote Karna. For whose sake? Not for Karna's sake. Not out of love and compassion for Karna, but out of his own anger and frustration against Arjuna, whom he wanted to put down. So he made Karna the king of Angadesha. Not for other reasons. It's not true friendship. It's not selflessness. Similarly, when Karna argues with Krishna, that why is he still going on supporting Duryodhana when he knows that it is adharma. When Krishna tells him also, Karna says, but he has given me self-respect, he has given me position in the society, he supported me at the time of my humiliation and my need. So I have to stay true to this friendship, he calls. But that is not friendship. Because did Duryodhana support Karna selflessly out of friendship in the first place or out of his own personal agenda? It was a personal agenda of Duryodhana, not friendship. But Karna, poor fellow, Duryodhana somehow convinced him that now you have to pay back. I have done so much for you, you have to do for me now. That is not friendship. So that friendship does not happen. And in fact, between Rama and Vibhishana, it's not friendship. It is the, Vibhishana is devotee of Rama. Friendship was between Sugriva and Rama because they had agreed upon it. But Vibhishana was more like somebody who came as a Sharanagati. He came to seek refuge. And Rama gave refuge. Rama told, fine, I will give you back your kingdom and I will protect you. So that friendship is not easy. Friendship happens only at a certain stage of our devotion. Before that, you may write to me any number of messages, Happy Friendship Day, Swami, you are my best friend and this and that. It doesn't work. I have to also say you are my best friend. Isn't it? From your side, you can say whatever, I am your devotee. No, I have to say you are my devotee. I am your student. No, I have to say you are my student. You are my guru. No, I have to say I am your guru. Then it completes. Otherwise, one-sided. One-sided doesn't mean anything. So develop yourself in devotion in such a way that Bhagavan should come to say, you are my friend. I want to be with you. You should not tell Swami, I want to be with you. Swami should say, I want to be with you because I like being with you. I am happy with you. Why? Because you are a friend to me. That is the beauty of Krishna's and Arjuna's relationship. That beauty of friendship. And also in friendship, you should not cheat. Krishna and Sudama or Kuchela's story also, Remember, you promise big things and don't do it, then you are going to suffer. Krishna was not the cause of suffering of Kuchela. Kuchela was himself the cause of his own suffering. Why? Because he denied Krishna his rightful share of whatever the atukulu, beaten rice. In Sandipani's ashram, when they go to fetch firewood in the forest, it starts raining and becomes dark, so they stay back. And then our Kuchela is hungry and he opens the whatever the cloth, the tied up cloth which had food for both of them, given by the Guru Mata. Our Kuchela decides to eat it all himself. And Krishna also is no less, he just pretends as if asleep. And he says, and wakes up after that, just when Kuchela finished eating, Krishna wakes up and says, I'm feeling very hungry. Did Guru Mata give something to eat? And Kuchela tells a lie. No, she did not give. Because he had eaten it all. That lie Kuchela had to pay with poverty all through his life. And finally, it's only Krishna who redeems him by again accepting 3 fistfuls of beaten rice. And that is when Shri Krishna redeems him of this curse. Krishna didn't curse him. Nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibho. I do not give papa or punya to anybody, Shri Krishna says Bhagavad Gita. It is your own doing. Kuchela cheats Krishna in friendship, so he suffers all his life. Only when he comes and surrenders to Krishna again and makes good for the wrong that he had done, he gets back everything. Shri Krishna blesses him. Likewise, friendship means also a commitment. If you tell me you are my friend, then you have to live according to my principles. Isn't it? And then if you don't fulfill those obligations and commitments, then remember Kuchela's story only, not Sugriva's story. So you have to be very clear. Simply writing to me, you are my friend is not enough. You have to be like me then. Means you have to be selfless, you have to be compassionate, you have to be kind, you have to be accepting everybody, you have to love everybody, serve everybody. Are you ready for all these things? Then you can be friends with me because we are equals now. Friendship is between equals. Friendship can never happen between unequals. So that is the reason why I remind all the time. Be a friend to God, but that comes with certain conditions that you also should rise in your devotion, in your spirituality to equal God. That's when He can become your friend. Right? Simply writing to Bhagavan, you are my friend, your friend does not lead you anywhere. Bhagavan has to say, I am your friend. Why? Because you have lived a life, you are living a life according to my principles. To that extent, we have to put efforts to become friends of Bhagavan. At best, otherwise you can be servants of Bhagavan. Dasyam. Dasya Bhakti is all that, the final stage you can reach. If you want to rise above Dasyam and become Sakyam, you have to become like the Lord, one with the Lord. So that is the essence of, so I thought I'll give a little, my piece of advice for all those who are celebrating friendship days. That friendship is much more than just being, nice to each other and sharing nice and good things. No, it is a commitment, and especially in our country, our friendship is only with Bhagavan because He alone has been with us before, He is with us now, and He'll be there with us forever. All the relationships will change. And one day we become one with Him, then there is no need of friendship only. You are that. Brahma Veda, Brahma Iva Bhavati. You become one with that. Till then, develop this friendship, but that demands that you also rise in your devotion and equal God in terms of His love and compassion for all. Then you are a true friend of God. Then God will be always with you as your true friend. So live up to this friendship. That is how you should celebrate friendship, not just on one day, but all through your life and lifetimes, by being closest to God, by doing what God likes. You can be dear to God only when you can be near to God only when you do things which are dear to God. So doing dear things is to be near God. So friends should do what they like. What the friend likes, that's what you should do. For enemy, you do just the opposite. What they don't like, that's what you do for enemies. But friends, we do exactly what they like. And so do the things that are dear to Bhagavan. That is what will make you near to Bhagavan. That is what is Sayujyam at the end. That is what makes you one with Bhagavan. Okay, with this word, don't develop unnecessary friendships to children. No, they are all nice companionship. That's why I said Akka Anna you call, that is good. In hostels you call is Anna or Akka or brother and sister. Those terminologies are perfect. The moment you call friend, it means you are committing yourself to become like the other person. So if the other person is not up to mark, then you will also go down with him. That's why dust makes friendship with water goes down. Makes friendship with wind goes up. Likewise, make friendship with Bhagavan, no? Then you will do everything that Bhagavan likes. Then naturally you will rise in your friendship and your devotion. You will also become like Bhagavan. Some evolution will happen. And Bhagavan is such a good friend. Once He accepts you as a friend, He is never going to abandon you. That is the best friendship. So develop such friendship and kinship with God by doing things which are dear to God, so that you always remain the nearest friend to God. And one day, Bhagavan should tell, you are the dearest friend of mine. You are my Sakha. You are my Priya. That is the feeling that Bhagavan should have for us. With this feeling, develop such devotion. Rise in your devotion. Not fall. People say, I have fallen in love. As that kind of love, only thing that can happen is you can fall. But you have to rise in love. Like that, we don't fall into friendships. We rise in friendships.